The secret of getting a proper crema with Cafflano Kompresso lies in the grind size, so that you don't need to go too small, you need to have a proper grind size. And that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna adjust previous coffee that I've used. This is Ethiopian washed processed. I've used Sidra, which is natural thermal shock process, so a little bit of an aerobic fermentation here. And this is washed and it behaves differently. It needs bigger, coarser grind size. That's why I've shot already the shot with this stand, but today I'm gonna use another technique, which is pressing, so not squeezing. Although this stand is designed to work with squeezing technique as well, so that the ears of the stand are as wide as, almost as wide. And let's use 14 grams of coffee. Grind size is 1.2, one rotation to numbers on Kinu 37. Water temperature 100 degrees. And I'm gonna show you with this pretty high table. I'm gonna step up on this pallet to have a little bit more force, because the table is waist high and it is pretty high still. I usually, when I'm using pressing technique, I'm using straight hand technique, so I'm pressing with a straight hand and it should be at around knee level. So the stand should be placed. This is like coffee table height usually, if it's strong table can withstand, or just regular chair. So that's the height, perfect height for pressing technique. Why I like pressing technique? Because my hands are shaking when I'm squeezing it, so I can't control precisely how many kilograms of force I'm producing. So I can feel very precisely what is the force, because when squeezing I can go a little bit firmer than needed, because grip strength over time improves. And if you're a rock climber, you may have too much force. So anyways, with Cafflano Kompresso we can use it for any human being. It doesn't matter what is your weight, you still will be able to make espresso with relatively high pressure. Cups. Nice thing about this stand, I'm gonna make a close-up, that I can place it right over and it will be perfect, but I need to preheat it. So it goes like this. Preheating the cup and not preheating the brewer. And let's make a close-up. This time I'm gonna use more water. A little bit more. So I'm pressing with the half of my weight. The grind size could be bigger. And because the stand is relatively thin walls, I can see what's my dose, what's the time of the shot. So what's the weight of the shot, the time. The flow rate is 1 gram per second currently. $26 grams out, 27, 28. Let's do 28.29. So 1:2 ratio. Let's clean this out. And you have a shot. Let's check the crema. So I will not comment the crema color. Some may say it's not espresso, it can't make espresso, but judge for yourself. Is it good or not? So the Crema is relatively good. Could be better. I think I can go with a coarser grind size. Of course, the biggest reason for this test was to test the stand itself, because it is new and has silicone legs, silicone feet, which will not slide off. Should not slide off. So I wanted to press as firm as I can in order to be sure that it's reliable. Because previous version, it is narrower, so that's why I made these sides thicker than the previous stand. The shot just makes me happy. So that's what I can say. Because I can't describe the flavor. It's pretty drinkable espresso. Like, it's not intense. It's like perfect balance. In terms of intensity, with this coffee maker, it tends to decrease the pressure towards the end, and you just squeeze two parts together, they don't move, and the pressure which is built up is trying to get rid of the liquid. So trying to get rid of the pressure that was building up all this time. And since you don't apply any additional pressure because you can't go further, it decreases the pressure towards the end, which means we achieve cleaner cup. Like, with 9 bar pressure, if it's still the end, you will get a thicker cup. By the way, aftertaste, somewhat punchy. I could make it cleaner by increasing the grind size, so making the shot faster. That's probably what I will do now, because why not? I can make even a closer shot. Should look nice. So 1.2 and 2 divisions. So 3 divisions bigger than previous shot. Luckily, the grinder allows to make precise adjustments. What's great about my current setup, that when I've developed the recipe for Cafflano Kompresso, I had not so great grinders. I had Espresso Q2, which was nice, but then it was Comandante, then it was grinder. Comandante clearly not enough grind settings. That's why, probably the main reason why I stopped on the 14.5 dose. I should be able to go lower. So in the next video, in the next episodes, I will try to test my grinding. In the next episode, I will try to test a 12 gram dose and probably even 10, because temper allows to go pretty deep. And let's clean this thing. Let's show you how I clean it. I'm pouring the water from this tube first, in order to have less liquid to press out, and then I'm squeezing in some vessel. Why not here? So it's definitely not for everyone, but for me, I like the ability to make espresso that fast, so that I don't need to preheat anything and I can clean pretty rapidly. So that's the cleaning partially, and it takes not a lot of space, which is the biggest pro. And so this time I'm gonna use bigger grind size, faster shot should give me more crema and more longevity of crema. So the crema quality will be nicer, because it's as with any espresso machine. If you go too low, it starts to make slower release of liquid, of oils plus gas, CO2, which creates the difference of pressure between atmospheric pressure and pressure inside the group. The difference between them creates the crema. So it's a pressure dependent thing, and even though you build up the pressure, there is not enough liquid coming out in order to have this reaction of crema formation. So that's why on any machine, if you go too low, you will not have crema. Same goes here. So that's why it's pretty important to know, I think. Because some may say that it doesn't create crema, but yeah, it's because you use different grind size. It shouldn't be that small. So let's actually make closer look right away. Well, this should be a perfect representation. How great is to have WDT option, especially with these doughs. By the way, I still haven't figured out how to pack the stand because the shape is tricky. If you've ordered it and it arrives in like cardboard, wrapped in a cardboard, it's like, sorry. I'm trying to do my best. For other products, packing is pretty much solved, and here it is still a little bit of adjustments requires still. Let's go even higher with water, so maybe we can get more liquid. Too fast. But let's see how much liquid we can get this way. 35, 36, 37, 38 grams. In 26 seconds, 27. This is what I usually consider as a great crema. Like, for me, it's great. For you, judge for yourself, but pretty good. It's not too dark, not too spotty. So it's tiger pattern, not tiger stripes. Not an aggressive color. And let's consume it because it should be nice. Let's adjust everything. Espresso very hot, like more liquid, obviously it will be hotter. Yeah, a little bit more towards Lungo, probably. So it's not that punchy, because the pressure was lower. Oh, when it cools down, there is a little bit of texture, more texture. Overall, very drinkable, very clean shot. By clean, I mean there is no too much contrast in flavor. It is somewhat like Americano, more towards Lungo flavor. So that the intensity is right where it needs to be. But previous shot, considerably better in terms of intensity of flavors, individual flavor. Here it is more blended, but the layer of flavor is somewhat consistent. So there is no spikes of the flavor intensity. And very rounded, pleasant to drink, very pleasant. I mean, you can't go with like mocha pot and get this type of shot. You can't go with AeroPress and get this type of shot. You can go with anything except espresso machine. What can I say? I would adjust this shot to be a little bit smaller in terms of grind size, so I increased it quite significantly. Could have done a little bit more precise adjustment than that. It was too high. But the shot is worth it. So if you are into this style of shots, of course, yeah, I've used more water. But aftertaste is clean, everything is nice, and that's what I like about it. Let's check the flavor. Black tea, apple, chocolate, plum, flower-ish. It's really hard to tell, even with previous shot. But overall picture is like pleasant coffee, pleasant espresso. What else do you need? You need flavors, you can get them, but you need to adjust it better. Anyways, that's it for today. Hope you've learned that the stand is working, new generation, and they are available on Etsy store and on my vendedstudio.shop as well. The quality is nice. Sometimes some units may have some chipping of the paint outside, like it was during the transportation of the whole batch. They wasn't packed correctly. So maybe, but it's a small chance. I probably will sell best units first. Like I'm using bad temper because I like things with character. So the rings are perfect, tempers are perfect when I'm sending the perfect units first, tempers perfect, rings, dosing funnels perfect. If you're into espresso and you're okay with squeezing or pressing, and your body weight is for pressing 60 kilos and up, for squeezing you can go squeezing and pressing if you're 60 kilograms and lower. If you're more, it's better to stick to one technique. So if you are into that style of espresso and you see that it's pretty easy to adjust, to make, pretty fast to clean, this coffee maker is for you, probably. Because longevity, if you use it with under 40 kilograms of force, it will serve you for a long, long time. That's it for today. See ya.